At 11:11 a.m., we are back on the record.
All right, so let me finish the thought with Kimberly Haynes. Charles, did she ever go to the police to complain about violence in your marriage?
I don't remember her doing that.
You don't remember? You don't remember, okay. Did she file any orders of protection against you?
Remember once she did.
Okay. And do you remember why?
I think it was it was over over her having an affair, and I confronted her over it, and Cindy called the police, and the police came and told me to leave.
Okay. And do you remember what was in Kimberly's orders of protection?
No.
No, you don't remember. I found a dozen of them filed against you, so it's not just one. It looks like you had an ongoing violence problem, but if you don't remember, it's fine, it's a safe answer. Now, I would like to introduce my next exhibit. It's going to be 12, and it's no trespassing, hunting, or fishing. Violators prosecuted. And it says there, from Charles Haynes to Cynthia Haynes. Do you remember, Charles, putting this sign by your property? Mm-hmm. Do you remember when you put it?
Well, the top one's been there for, forever.
That's fine. What about the bottom, where it says to Cynthia Haynes?
I don't remember when it was put there.
Can you tell me a ballpark? I mean, we gathered here, Charles, to talk to you, to find out your side of the story, and you don't remember anything. So, could you...
Back to just the argumentative, but...
Could you please confirm, was the sign posted at R1 2312, Donovan, Missouri, now known as 239 Tadpole?
Yes.
Okay, let's narrow down the time frame for this sign. 2013?
I don't know if it was
2014?
Sorry?
2014?
I don't recall what year it was.
2015?
Don't recall what year it was.
Was it before or after divorce?
Oh, after.
After the divorce was filed? After you filed the divorce?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm trying to reconcile your answers, and I'm a little bit confused. So walk me through this. You're telling me that you and Cindy are together through December 12, 2018, but then there is this sign posted that she's going to be prosecuted on your house. So how did that work? And why would Cindy come if there is a notice? Violators prosecuted under penalty of law, and Cindy's name is there.
Well, you'll have to ask Cindy that last question.
Okay, and so Cindy violated the law that you imposed on your property, right? And you did not prosecute Cindy?
No.
No, you did not. Then why did you put the sign?
Well, actually, this sign is the same sign that Cindy put on the gate.
I'm asking you about this one.
I'm trying to answer your question. This is the same sign that Cindy put on the gate when I got arrested. And then when I got out and got permission to be in the house, I just changed the name and put it up there. I just changed the names. The poster itself was what Cindy put up there, only it had like my name on it. And
But why did you do that?
what?
What was the purpose of this sign?
What was what?
What were you trying to achieve with this?
Just didn't want them down there bothering me at the time.
Okay. Now, so we talked about Cindy attacking you as her marital misconduct. Give me other examples of Cindy being a lousy wife.
Yeah, you're saying lousy wife, but
Okay,
you know,
let's just use your words. You said Cindy committed marital misconduct during the marriage. I need to know, what did she do? So I know she attacked you. I know you defended yourself. What else did she do?
yeah, I really don't understand, what you're wanting me to answer. I mean,
I am just asking about what you wrote in your divorce. You said Cindy committed marital misconduct. Cindy did some bad things during the marriage. So what did Cindy do? I'm trying to understand you. Walk me through what you wrote.
through what?
For what you put in your court papers. I'm trying to understand things that you are claiming Cindy did. Tell me, what did she do? What bad things did she do during marriage for you to file for divorce? You said that she did horrible things. I want to know what those things are.
Well, you know, she was, at times she was violent. At times, you know, like if you'd say black, she'd say white. If you'd say white, she'd say black. You know, things like that.
Okay. Anything else?
Ugh. That's all I can think of right now.
Okay. You said that she was violent. How many times? Was it every day? Once a week? Once a month? Once a year?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't every day, and it wasn't once a year. It was somewhere in between.
How often, how many times did you go to the police to report Cindy's violence?
I already answered that.
Never. How many times did you go to a hospital to treat the injuries that you received from Cindy's violence?
Never went to a hospital, had to go to a chiropractor.
And you reported Cindy's violence to a chiropractor?
No.
Okay. Did Cindy cook?
Not a whole lot, and less and less and less and less.
Who cooked?
We ate out a lot. We ate out a lot. Sometimes Cindy would cook, and sometimes I would cook. Sometimes Melissa would cook.
Did you guys starve during the marriage? As you lived together, was there shortage of food?
No.
No. Great. Did Cindy clean?
Not very often, and when she did, everybody just cringed.
Who cleaned in your house?
I did a lot of the cleaning.
You did a lot of
I
cleaning?
did a lot of the cleaning.
Okay. And did you work full-time at the family business, or did you work part-time?
It was full-time.
Full-time.
Yes.
Did Cindy work? Did Cindy work?
When she wasn't like homeschooling kids or something like that.
She worked.
Yes.
So, I just want to make sure I understood correctly. So she worked when she was not homeschooling the girls. So, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did Cindy do? What was her occupation? What did she do? Or did you guys work together in the mailroom? What did she do? If you know. If you don't know, it's fine. Do you know?
I know some of the things that she did.
Please
sure.
share.
one thing is she would take care of the advertising, like buying clicks from Google and things like that. She
Like buying clicks from
like Google.
Google.
Just keep your voice up.
She would handle like paying the bills, like dealing with the accountant.
Okay.
Like if one of the girls in the office there got a phone call they could not handle, like maybe somebody that was, you know, getting agitated or whatever, and if she was there, she would take that call.
Let me ask you a question about homeschooling. Did she do homeschooling by herself, or did she have helpers?
There was different, she'd never have a helper,
Okay.
but there was times when she would be the teacher, and then there was times when she might hire a teacher,
Okay.
and then that person would do it.
Were you
Do what? That person would do what?
Teach.
and were you involved in homeschooling?
No.
No. Okay. Do you know the names of the teachers that Cindy would hire? Do you know what the girls were studying? Do you know the name of the homeschool program that they used?
I did, but I don't remember now. A lot of it was, a program, you know, where they'd work off of DVDs or whatever, you know, but I don't remember what they were.
Did the girls do homeschooling every day? If you know.
Sometimes it would be every day.
Every day? Okay.
Sometimes it would be.
Sometimes every day, and sometimes they didn't do school during the week? Do you know? Like you said, sometimes.
Yeah.
Was it Monday through Friday? Every day?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, and sometimes they did not have school at all.
Yeah, right, yes.
Okay, all right. Do you, at one point, you said that Sarah and Mikaela were educationally neglected. Tell me, why did you say that? What were your concerns?
One thing was, I thought it would be good for them to go to public school for the socializing, I guess you would, the getting used to, you know, being around, you know, other people, you know.
Okay.
And there was a lot of times when Cindy would get off into the computer, mostly the religion, and you know, she would not be paying attention to the children, and the children would know how to get her to get sidetracked so they could maybe get a little break.
Okay, and I want to make sure. So Cindy would be busy with work and not spending enough time on homeschooling. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily. No, that's not what I said.
Okay, can
what
you
I said
explain?
was
Walk me
religion.
through.
What I said was religion.
Oh, religion.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed it altogether. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So-
she'd get going on the religion, or she'd get talking on the phone to whoever, and then the.
And then there was no homeschool. Cindy is on the phone. Okay. How often that happened?
It was regular.
When you say regularly, is it once a day, once a week, once a month?
It's probably. It could have been every day.
Every day?
It could have been. There was numerous times when, like, I'd be at the office working, she'd be at home homeschooling, and the girls would call me up and want me to come down there because she was being hateful with them.
Hateful? What did she do?
Well, she could get rough with the kids too. It wasn't
When you
just,
say rough,
wasn't just me.
did she also attack the girls?
Yes,
Did she beat up the girls?
yes.
Did you call the police when the girls were in danger?
It was never Mikaela or Sarah. I never seen her hard on Mikaela or Sarah.
Who did she beat up?
It was mainly Melissa. She could get hard with Melissa.
Okay, and so you saw Cindy assaulting Melissa and you never called the police?
No,
You never called child support services to protect Melissa?
no,
Why not?
just didn't.
Did Melissa go to a hospital when Cindy assaulted her?
No.
No? Okay. Did she have any visible bruising, blood gushing?
Oh,
Did you see any yourself?
I don't remember any. I don't really remember any.
Okay, all right. So did you or Cindy do any educational neglect testing to figure out where the girls were educationally? You know, you said that they were homeschooled, Cindy was talking Bible on the phone, and you had concerns. Did you do any testing to make sure that the girls are up to speed in schooling?
Did I do any
Yes,
testing?
did you as a concerned parent?
No.
Why not?
I'm not a school teacher. That's not my,
Okay, walk me through this. So, here is Cindy on the phone talking Bible during schooling, right? And you're not concerned to find out if the girls are actually learning things they should be learning. Or fighting with Melissa. I mean, did you test as a father your girls?
Test?
Yes, did
No.
you?
No, I already answered that question.
But why wouldn't you?
Because I'm not a school teacher.
But you told me you argued in court that the girls were neglected. I need to know why you made this statement to the court that the girls were educationally neglected and you didn't test the girls.
I think he's answered both of those questions.
Because he's not a teacher?
Yeah, that was his answer.
Am I correct? Because you're not a teacher?
Yes.
But you knew they were neglected. This is where I'm having difficulty. He says he's not a teacher, but he knew that the girls were neglected educationally. So how did you arrive to that conclusion? What made you think so? Cindy talking on the phone?
Well, I know they were not being socialized because they were not in school.
But that's a different issue.
No, it's not.
No, educational neglect is academics.
And education is socializing.
It's part of it.
It is.
Okay, so am I correct to understand, for you, educational means going to school and hanging out with school friends? If that's what it was, that was
Handing out what?
hanging out with friends, doing activities together as a group. That's for you, education. That's your understanding.
It's part of it.
Is it all? Where does education and academics, does it fit in there?
Of course it fits in there.
But you never tested it. You didn't know.
I'm not going to keep answering the same question over and over from you.
I'm just confused. I want to understand.
I'm not going to do it. I've already answered that question numerous times.
Now, do you remember Jennifer Paas? Do you know Jennifer Paas? P-A-A-S.
Spell that?
P-A-A-S. Jennifer Paas.
Pays.
Okay, Pace. Okay, so you remember.
Pays.
Okay. So what did she do? Who was she?
Cindy hired her to be a school teacher.
Why did she quit?
She got mad at Cindy.
She did what?
She got mad at Cindy.
At Cindy. What did Cindy do?
I can't remember what Cindy did, but I do remember that she got mad at Cindy and she went right to her phone and called DFS on Cindy.
Okay. Why did Abby Simmons quit?
Who?
Abby Simmons.
Abby Simmons? I don't remember that
You
name.
don't know Abby Simmons?
Abby Simmons? No, I don't remember that.
She was one of your daughter's tutors. Abby.
I don't remember the name.
Okay. Do you remember Miss Johnson?
Johnson. No.
She was also one of your girls' teachers. Do you remember any names of your girls' teachers?
No, not. I recognize that name you were mispronouncing.
Okay, that's the only one, Jennifer Pace.
Yes.
And you just stated that Jennifer Pace reported Cindy to DFS,
Yes.
Division of Family Services? Jennifer did?
Yes.
And what was the complaint about?
I already answered that question. I don't remember.
You don't remember, okay. All right. Now, Sarah is in school. Do you know Sarah's grades now? Sarah's grades?
I have not had any contact with Sarah.
Can you contact by phone outside of the jail? Do you have phone privileges?
There's a phone, but it's not like a phone on, you know, that you use. It's like, and I don't hear what the people on the other side hear, but I think it announces something about being from a prison, and they've got to push certain buttons
Okay,
to this,
gotcha.
to that, and also it's not a phone that you can just call somebody up and have them answer it, and you both say hello. It's just not. It's not that way.
But do you have access to mail? Can you write a letter?
Yes.
Did you write letters to Sarah's school to find out how she was doing and what her grades are?
I didn't know if I was allowed to write the school or if they would answer me, but I mean, up until was it 19? I think up until maybe late in 19, I was talking to Sarah pretty near every day.
On the phone?
Yes.
You would call home and talk to Sarah?
Well, I'd call Cindy, her cell phone, and then if Sarah was there, you know, I'd talk to
Okay.
Sarah.
And after 19, did you contact Sarah's school to find out how she's doing there?
I've already told you I have not contacted the school.
Now, and the reason was you did not contact school, it's because of the phone system and how it's set up? That it's a phone call from correctional facility? That's the reason why you didn't check on your child's education?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to call the school either. I had
Are
said
you
that.
Represented by an attorney, Mr. Haynes?
Yes.
You could have asked your
I've been
attorney.
trying to get contact with my daughter since 2019, ma'am.
How did you try? Tell me.
I tell my attorneys I want contact with my daughter.
Okay, how do you see this contact happening? You want your daughter to come to jail and visit with you?
No, ma'am. No, I
How-
wouldn't want her to come to a place like this.
How do you want to have that contact?
Well, the same way I had it up until 2019. I'd like to talk to her on the phone. I would like to be able to mail her a birthday present or a Christmas present.
You should still do that. There is no prohibition against mailing a birthday present or a card or writing a letter. There is no order against it.
I was thinking there was.
No. You can always write to your daughter's school. You can always inquire. You're a parent. So what have you done as a parent since you've been here? Tell me, how did you participate in your daughter's life?
Already answered that.
You did not.
I did.
You did participate. What did you do? Give me examples.
I already told you what I've done.
You called Sarah through 2019 on the phone,
Yes.
and that's it.
And she would get birthday cards or Christmas cards or Christmas presents or a birthday present.
From 2018 and 2019. When did you send Sarah a Christmas present last time?
Last Christmas, I believe.
2020?
Yes.
Okay. And are you paying Sarah her child support?
I'm going to object that there's currently no child support order.
Just answer. It's okay. You still have to answer. Are you supporting your daughter financially?
There's no child support.
I know.
That's all I'm going to answer you.
So, are you sending your daughter money for her needs? Are you sending support, financial support to your daughter?
Already answered the question.
I didn't hear your answer. That's not a
sure
good
you did.
answer. You need to try again. I instruct you to answer my question. Are you supporting your
No,
daughter
I'm not
financially?
sending her any money.
You're not. When did you support your daughter financially last time?
Oh, sometime in 19 probably.
And what was your support?
The last of the child support.
In 2019?
Yes.
Sorry?
Is that a yes?
You have to answer out loud.
Sorry?
You have to answer out loud.
Yes.
You sent her child support payment in 2019.
Yes.
How much was it? Do you remember?
I think it was several $100s. I'm not sure.
And what was the form of payment? Was it a check, money order? Did it come from the Division of Family
Yes,
Services?
yes.
Division of Family Services?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Haynes, are you seeing a doctor for your hearing? Do you have a doctor?
They've given me a bunch of tests, and they took me to a hospital in Jefferson City. And I went through all kinds of tests there, and they told me that I need a hearing aid in both ears. And they said DOC will only allow one.
So you have one.
I have one, and it just doesn't work very well, and it's one that takes batteries, and yeah, it just doesn't work very well.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. What is Sarah's favorite class in school? As of 2019.
I don't remember.
What is Sarah's favorite teacher? What's her name?
I can't hear you.
What is Sarah's favorite teacher? What's her name as of 2019?
I don't know any of the teachers there. That's a Pentecostal school, and you know, Cindy's not Pentecostal, and I'm not Pentecostal, and I mean, I would rather there again. I'd rather see Sarah going to a public school than going to a Pentecostal school.
Now, what are your daughter's interests? Who does she want to be? as of 2019?
She was 10. I believe she was 10 in 19.
Right.
I don't know if she thought that far ahead. It was more like, what do you want to do today, not 20 years from now.
Okay, so you're not aware. Give me the names of her best friends.
I don't recall.
Do you know what subjects she was studying in 2019?
She had told me. We had talked about her school, I even went with Cindy to pick her up at school before, but I don't recall.
Are you a good parent?
Sorry?
Are you a good parent?
Try to be.
What are your strong qualities?
Tend to like Sarah loves to she loves to climb rocks and things. She likes to climb hills and things like that, and you know, I'm with her on that, you know, making sure she don't fall or slide or you know, get hurt. She likes to go fishing, and I would take her fishing. She likes what we were doing the summer of 18 was pulling a raft with the boat with the girls in the raft, pulling them up and down the river and kind of zigzagging while they're in the raft, and they really enjoyed that, but they enjoyed the swimming.
Okay. Now, do you support Sarah's educational goals? Do you support Sarah's educational goals?
Well, there again, I'd rather see her in public school than a Pentecostal school.
Okay, and
Right.
tell me,
So I don't have any say in her.
so you don't
education.
support Sarah's educational goals right now?
I don't have any say in her educational goals.
But do you support what your daughter is doing?
I don't have any say in what she's doing. I'd rather see her in public school. I can't answer it any better than that.
Okay. What is your daughter's favorite book?
Favorite what?
Book.
I don't know.
What was the last book you read to your daughter?
We didn't, that's not what we would, how we would spend our time. We would spend our time riding four-wheelers, out in the boat, climbing hills, going for walks. That's how we would mostly spend our time. If it was, if we were in the house, we might play cards or
Charles,
something like that.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. What book did you...
That wasn't my department.
Okay, not your department. That's all I want to know. Now, did you ever take Sarah or Mikaela to see a doctor?
See a doctor? Sure.
Okay, what's the doctor's name that you saw?
I don't remember any of them's names.
Is it a man or a woman?
Probably both. They went to the doctor more than once.
You did?
They'd go to dentists and doctors, sure.
Okay, when did you take Sarah or Mikaela to a doctor last time? When did you take Sarah or Mikaela to a doctor last time?
Well, we were taking Sarah to the dentist in Jonesboro. I don't remember the dates when we took them to the doctor.
How many
but
times? Do you remember?
Whenever they needed to go, they went.
And you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay. So you visited a dentist with Sarah. What other doctors? Who is Sarah's pediatrician?
I didn't understand you.
Pediatrician?
Pediatrician.
Yes. Who is Sarah's pediatrician?
Oh gosh, he's the only. There's only 2 baby doctors in Poplar Bluff. His name. I think John. Patty. John. I think John. And I think the last name's Patty.
Okay. And who is Sarah's and Mikaela's therapist?
Since I have been in here, I have learned of a fella by the name of Marks, but never heard his name until not that long ago.
Okay. Have you ever talked to Dr. Marks?
No, I never heard his name until just a short time back here. Cindy was taking the children to him and not telling me about it.
Well, he was a court-ordered therapist.
I was never told about that.
He's been involved in your daughter's health since 2017. In juvenile cases and in the divorce case. Any other therapists that you know that work with your daughters?
Well, there was one in Doniphan there that they were going to that I did know about.
Do you remember the name?
No.
Did you ever talk to your daughter's therapist?
No.
Why didn't you?
I was never invited.
Are you concerned about your daughter's mental health?
Yes.
You don't need an invitation, you are the parent.
Is there a question?
Yes.
What's the question?
Why didn't you check with your daughter's therapist as a parent?
I didn't know that I was allowed to.
And why wouldn't you be not allowed?
Well, a lot of the time, Cindy would get, it seemed like every time she hired a new attorney, she'd get a restraining order. First thing the attorney would do is say, well, get a restraining order. It was just, and a good percentage at the time, she's got a restraining order against me, so I can't really go into a counselor's office with her or something.
I think you misunderstood my question. A therapist would get a restraining order against you, or Cindy would get a restraining order against you?
What was that?
I'm asking you why didn't you talk to your daughter's therapists?
Didn't know I was allowed to.
Throughout these proceedings, did you always have an attorney?
Yeah.
Your attorneys filed lots of motions. Did you talk to your attorney about visiting and checking on your daughter's health, education, physical health?
With the exception of when they were in foster care intermittently, I seen my children regularly.
I'm talking about your children's therapist. I'm not talking about you seeing your children's... As a parent, did you have any concerns to talk to your children's therapists?
I would have liked to have been included in that, yes.
Why didn't you?
Because I already answered that question.
You were not invited?
I didn't know I was allowed to be.
And there is no restraining order against you checking on the well-being of your children.
You know, I've heard I don't know how many times with HIPAA laws and this and that, and I don't, I didn't know I was allowed to just go to the same counselor that,
Right. Now, your girls, they had all sorts of activities in school. What activities did you attend?
What activities are you referring to?
Spelling bee, art contest, Christmas special. Which one was your favorite that you attended?
I don't know that I was allowed to go to any of those.
So you did not attend any?
I didn't know that I was allowed to.
Does your mom use a computer?
A little.
Like, what does she do on it?
What's that? It's that site where, they talk about, the things that are going on in the area. It's nothing I ever fooled with. I can't remember what it's called.
Okay. So in 2013 through 2015, did your mom have a computer at home?
When was this?
From 2013 through 2015.
Did she have a computer at home? Yes.
Did you use it?
Rarely.
And my understanding is that that computer is with the Butler County Sheriff's Department.
It was turned over to the prosecutor.
Why?
Because supposedly there was pictures on there. Supposedly nudity.
Oh.
Something that I never seen them, but supposedly it was something that needed to be turned into law enforcement.
So your mom was into nudity? How did the pictures get on your mom's computer?
I had forgotten at the time, but what happened was me and Cindy my mom was away, and me and Cindy were living up there at my mom's house. I think the kids were in foster care, and Cindy had Melissa's phone, and she downloaded the phone to that computer one day. We were just sitting in there, and she just set it to download, and I think she forgot about it too, and that was the end of it. And then all of a sudden, my mom called me up and said, there's pictures on here that I don't know where they came from and such. And I said, well, get the computer. The computer needs to go to the attorney. And the attorney looked at it. I never looked at it. He looked at it, and he said it needs to be turned in. So I said, turn it in.
So you don't know what was on your mom's computer?
I never seen the pictures.
Okay. Now, did Martha, Cindy's sister, ever have an order of protection filed against you?
She had one filed against me and Cindy. Me and Cindy.
And what was Martha's problem with you?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. What about her husband? Did he file an order of protection against you?
I don't remember if he did or not.
And you don't remember what the problem was? It was granted, and then it was extended and extended again. It was for several years, and you don't remember?
I don't even know when it went till.
Okay. Do you ever get angry, Mr. Haynes?
Sometimes, yes.
And what do you do?
Mainly just cuss.
Did you ever cuss at your children, at the girls?
I have used profanity around the girls, sure.
What words would you please share?
Just run-of-the-mill language, bad language, but I have since quit that, and I don't curse anymore.
Jennifer Williams, did you know her before she got appointed as a guardian for your girls?
No.
Who introduced you to Jennifer?
Who introduced me to her?
Mm-hmm.
In the courthouse. I guess I met her in the courthouse.
No. You brought her into the case. I'm just trying to figure out, how did you know Jennifer?
No, I didn't bring her into the case. The court brought her into the case.
Well, your attorney did, not the court.
Wait, okay, hold on. The court entered the order appointing a guardian ad litem.
Yes.
I'm not sure what you're trying to imply. Why don't you just spell it out?
Okay.
'Cause
You recommended Jennifer to be the guardian ad litem for your girls. How did you arrive at Jennifer's candidacy?
You're assuming that he recommended
He
it, not
did.
his attorney. His attorney may have.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Well, that's a little different.
Your attorney or you You picked Jennifer. How that decision was made?
I did not, I'm only going to tell you this one more time. I did not pick her. I didn't know her.
Okay, that's all I want to know. So it was your attorney then? Because it's either you or him,
Or the court,
or the court.
or
Well,
previous attorney, or the other attorney, or the other 5 attorneys that Cindy's had.
no.
Nobody sitting here was in the case, other than Chuck, at the time she was appointed.
And that's why I'm asking.
And if he doesn't know how she was recommended or appointed,
Well, I know how she was recommended. I just want to know if Chuck knew how she was recommended. So, how many times did you and Jennifer and the girls meet?
Once,
How many times did you and Jennifer meet?
just that one time with the girls.
You never met with her after that?
Nope.
How did you communicate with Jennifer?
I didn't communicate with her. I mean,
So, okay. You didn't call Jennifer?
no, I wouldn't call.
Okay.
No.
You didn't email her?
Oh, no. No.
Did you text her?
No.
Okay. Did you talk to your lawyer to give Jennifer instruction?
I'm going to object. You're asking a question about attorney-client privilege. I'm going to ask him not to answer that question.
I'm just asking whether there was a communication.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not asking-
attorney-client privilege.
I know, I'm not asking about the content.
Whether or not there was communication is still privileged. I'm
Okay.
going to instruct him not to answer that.
How much money did you pay Jennifer?
I don't remember.
Did you pay Jennifer or did your mother pay Jennifer?
Mom was paying Jennifer.
Did you do any favors for Jennifer?
No.
Did you give Jennifer any gifts?
No.
And where you and Jennifer and the girls meet when you met one time? Where was it?
It was at her office in Poplar Bluff.
Okay. And do you know if Jennifer see Mikaela and Sarah? Did she go to see them?
Did she go to see him?
Yes.
Go
To meet with them. I mean, how many times do you think Jennifer met with Sarah and
Oh, I
Mikaela?
don't know that. I don't know.
Did you give anything to Jennifer to pass to Sarah and Mikaela?
Did I give anything to Jennifer to pass to?
Yes.
Not that I remember.
You didn't send any gifts through Jennifer to the girls?
No.
Okay. Did you send any gifts to the girls through your other friends? Like the Creelman family, did they deliver any gifts to school for Sarah and Mikaela?
Did they deliver any gifts to
Yes.
school for Mikaela or to
Sarah?
No.
From you,
No.
okay? And Roland Duncan didn't deliver any gifts for Sarah and Mikaela?
No,
You didn't pass any gifts to Randy and Sigrid to deliver?
no,
And your mom? Did you pass any gifts to your mom to deliver to the girls?
yes,
So your mom was sending gifts to the girls.
well, they get Christmas and birthday and such, yeah.
And how do they get their presents? By mail, or somebody brings it to them at home or school? How did it happen? How did they get their presents?
By mail.
So you don't know who sent the gifts with Jennifer Williams to Michaela's school?
To the school?
Jennifer would come and bring gifts to Michaela. Are you aware of those gifts?
Not that I remember.
So you did not initiate that gifting?
I don't remember anything like that.
Okay. All right.
Evita, we can take a break. I'm being told that it's time for his lunch.
Okay, that's fine. It's time for me to go to the bathroom.
At 12:18 p.m., we are going off the record.